this is Aromie here. Welcome back to our life. We are going to be jumping into the barbecue DLC here. You've been brought along to the big park today, which did an excellent job of living up to its title. The park near your house with its lonely playground equipment wasn't even a quarter of the size of the expanse of the grass and trees that lay before you now. As it was in the next town over and too far for you to walk by yourself, you didn't get to visit it much, and so you soaked up the environment. Another difference between this park and the one in your neighborhood was that this one had visitors other than you, Lizzie, Shiloh, and Cove. Today was the busiest you've ever seen it, thanks to the community get-together, luring people in from all over the local area with the promise of barbecue and fireworks. Your family and Coves were just two of many, which seemed like dozens of cars were parked up already when you had arrived. You saw Cove hesitate as he took in the growing gaggle of strangers. By your mommy, Lizzie bounced on the balls of her feet, barely containing her excitement. Crying and nervous, you couldn't wait for the fireworks. You look forward to meeting more kids, rather have stayed home. Your tummy was already rumbling. My tummy was already rumbling. Even if it was big as this park was, but no, my tummy was already rumbling for food to come. It was going to be so good. Mommy had told you that the people running the community event weren't charging for it, but she wanted them to get something in return, which is why you'd not been allowed to touch the beautifully iced cupcake she had carried on her lap during the drive over. It was a special treat for them. Every time the car made a turn, she clutched the box tightly enough for her knuckles to strain, much to everyone else's amusement. Mr. Holden's contribution to the party, a huge pack of juice boxes, was tucked under his arm after being retrieved from the car's trunk. You bet there had been You bet there had been no such dramatics around that cargo getting here in one piece, but the boxes did lack the beautiful shimmer of Mommy's treasured cupcakes.
Okie dokie.
Everyone all set? Up for what? For food? Should be. Cove, did you put sunscreen on before we left? Yeah, I always do. You don't have to tell me. Mr. Holden deflated his attempt at caring for his son rebuffed, but he triumphed with a smile.
Good kid.
I don't want you getting burned or dehydrated either. It'll be a busy day.
Well,
I don't think there's going to be any risk on that of that second part. Mom nodded at the tables up ahead, laden with all kinds of food and drink. She was right. There was plenty to go around. The parents headed over with you, Lizzie, and Cove trailing after them. A bunch of grown-ups were clustered around there, chatting, but you were more intrigued by what was on the tables. Some of it was familiar: chilled meat, sliced vegetables, big bags of chips, but there was a lot that you didn't recognize. Your moms had said that you weren't to touch the food until they said it was time to eat. God damn it. You didn't see the harm in taking just a little. You wanted to listen to their rules. You didn't want the risk of getting caught. I don't want the risk to get caught, sorry. It'd be bad if you got in trouble before the event had even started. You saw that Mommy and Mr. Holden had deposited the food and drink they brought. Mommy gave the cupcakes one final word and looked before turning to you with a smile. Since that topic's at hand, how about we freshen up with something to drink? Yeah! Okay, I mean, I'm hungry, but okay. That'd be great. Along with the ones out, there was a giant ice cooler on the ground stuffed full of cans of soda, boxes of juice and milk, as well as bottles of water. Your drink was... Ooh, juice or what? Soda? I mean, as a kid, I craved soda. And we don't get sugar in the house, right? I mean, soda and juice are both sugary drinks. The bubbles in the soda tickled your nose as you gulped it down. Your little group took a break while everyone quenched their thirst. Mr. Holden smacked his lips, pantomiming? I've never seen that word. Enjoyment. That hits the spot, but you kids should go have fun. You can take your stuff with you and join the other kids playing games. Just don't go too far from the tables. We'll be keeping an eye out, so don't even think about sneaking off. We're not going to the other parts of the park today. Lizzie hopped at their comments. They did sound directed at her, but she scanned the surroundings, nodding her head towards the group of kids like a general directing their battalion. She pointed that way. Let's go over there. Cole's mouth was downturned as he looked from the parents and the other adults to the new kids, clearly not favoring either option. He was like mega introvert, but ultimately he hunched his shoulders and tagged along after Lizzie. You went to play with the other kids too. I mean, I'm going with Cove. I'm not gonna hang around with these adults. You followed after Lizzie and Cove, who were waiting for you on the outskirts of the group, so parents. Hurry up! You picked up the pace, moving into a jog, but when Lizzie pelted away at full speed, you and Cove had no choice but to break out into a run. The other kids were far out in the field. Still, at your speed, it wasn't long until you reached them. As you approached, they turned around to greet the newcomers.
hi.
I'm Lizzie. That's my little sister Michiko. The one with the cast is Cove. You offered a smile. Cove simply lifted a hand in greeting. There was a chorus of hellos and names from other kids. One of the kids looks to be out Lizzie's age or older. A That couple seemed to be the same age as you and Cove, and there was one tiny little thing with his arms folded over his chest. What are you up to? The first kid, a boy with curly black hair and neon green sneakers who had introduced him as Hayden, shrugged as he looked to the others. Not much. The second kid, to pipe up Lisa, had half her face obscured behind the huge glasses she wore. We haven't decided yet. I believe some of these characters we will see in step 2. At least Hayden, pretty sure. Because Hayden could potentially be a love candidate, I think. Or planned. She glanced wistfully over her shoulder. Following her gaze, she saw the spray of water first, and heard the shriek as someone got splashed in the face before he spotted the person shooting them. Some people are playing water guns, but there aren't any left. The smallest kid, Noah, grumbled at that. You guess that was why he was sulking. Spencer, who had said much, patted his shoulder. So that's out. A new kid raced over with a glint in her eyes, her braids streaming behind her. She spotted a plastic orange pistol in her hand too late. Oh, you spotted, when the trigger had already been pressed. Ah, she shot me! How fucking rude! Rude! Yeah, right! Lizzie for once on my side. Hey! Lizzie, who had been caught first, was fuming. Cove wiped the water from his face. Oh, she just shot all of us. 3 in 1. You're trying to dislodge the water that pooled there. Don't spray people. You laugh. Watch out. He has a cast. You pushed her away? I don't think I'll be laughing. That's assault. I just got randomly assaulted. Don't spray people. You're with Lizzie. It was mean to spray people who weren't playing too. The girl simply darted off to find more victims, unaffected by your reaction. She doesn't mean anything by it. Lizzie tutted, flicking her hair out of her face. The girl's not meaning anything by it. Didn't change the fact that she'd been sprayed. Cove looked similarly unimpressed. Lisa's face lit up as she had an idea. Hey, we should catch her. She won't be able to spray people if she's running away from everybody. Yeah! I mean, I guess. Cove nodded as other kids remembered their interest, or lack of it, in the game. Let's do it. That doesn't sound like a good idea to me. Okay, you nodded along. No thanks. You shook her head. Let's do it. Revenge. You joined a group of kids and tearing off after the girl with the pistol. Spotting you all over her shoulder, she laughed and shot her pistol in the air. Only a couple of drops squeezed out. She sweared, causing discord within your team as someone stood on your foot and you collided with Cove's shoulder. Sorry. He frowned but didn't say anything as he kept an eye on his target. Poor Cove, dude. I wonder what he thinks about us. You were closing in on the girl, but you weren't alone. Lizzie's face was set with intent, and the 2 older kids were hot on her heels too. You outran them easily, you outran them with effort. You weren't as fast as them because they were speedy. You weren't as fast as them because you weren't as fast, or you moved to the side to let them pass. You didn't want to win this race. I mean, these are older kids, right? I feel like they would knock me out of the way. So you moved to the side to let them pass. With the path clear, Lisa lunged and tackled her friend to the ground. Got her! Panting, she punched the air in triumph, then pushed her glasses back up the bridge of her nose. The girl who had been caught giggled as she got to her feet, brushing strands of grass from her knees. Smiling, Cove came to a stop at your side. Lizzie whooped with delight, clapping her hands. The boy with the bright sneakers grinned. You're it now. Catch us if you can. Yeah! I'll do it. You won't get away from me. And with that, you all dispersed, squealing and laughing as you tried to evade capture. The side move from earlier had evaporated entirely, replaced by a light and playful atmosphere. Cove is so cute. Like, I can't get a read on him though, so I don't know if he's enjoying himself or not, or if he's just going along with it. Several rounds later, when most of the kids had taken at least one turn as it, the scent of smoke wafted up to your nose. Caught by surprise, you looked up and found that the brilliant blue of the sky had turned orange as the sun soaked down on the horizon. With all the excitement, you lost track of time completely. Looking over, you saw people standing over the girls and poking them to life. It was nearly time to eat. We should get over there. I'm so hungry. Our parents are at different spots. Yeah. Bye. It was cool playing. You waved goodbye to the other group of kids before hurrying over to your parents with Lizzie and Cove. A tickle unfurled in your throat, growing more persistent as you came closer to the source of the smoke. As the 3 of you approached the tables, your parents spotted you and came to join you halfway. You tried to greet them, but another cough obstructed your words. Woof, that's quite a cough. Are you alright, sweetie? Come and fine? No. You shake your head. You shook her head. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. The smoke will be gone soon. I'm crybaby now. No one needs to go up to the girls if they don't want to. Just let me know what you need. I want steak. Is there steak? Ribs? Something meaty and hearty? There was no reason from the other 2 kids here. Sorry, no response. I can get it myself, Mommy. I can do it. You march over to the girls. Can you get it for me? Please, could you get it for me? Younger head, moving no closer to this looking girls. I would probably say, please, could you get it for me? Of course.
So,
The main thing being served is kebabs. Damn it, I want steak. You can have whatever you'd like on it. There's different meats and veggies.
well,
What would you like on yours? Mom is right. There's plenty of options. Do I get to pick? I get to pick? I want beef. I could keep picking. I want beef. Chicken. Shrimp. Pork. Just get all the meats. I don't want potatoes. I just want meat. That's everything. Mommy sighed and shared a meaningful look with Mom, who shook her head. It's a party, so you can pick that tonight, but don't make it a habit of neglecting your grains, okay? I mean, I got to drink soda, and I don't even have to eat my vegetables today. I think that's a pretty good barbecue day for my girl. Order given, you waited for your food to be ready. Lizzie headed towards you, having issued her own request. Hi again. I heard what you ordered. I'm getting chicken kebab with all 3 colors of peppers. Good for you. I am having all meat and shrimp. Noticing that color approach, she turned to him. What are you having?
why?
Why does it matter? I don't know. I was just asking. I'm getting beef and shrimp with all the vegetables except onions. Everybody out here eating vegetables, and I'm like... I swear I eat my vegetables, guys. But, come on. 8-year-old me, but like... Nope, I am eating all the meat. Lizzie hummed while evaluating his response. That's okay, I guess, but chicken is definitely the better one. Then you can eat all the chicken. I'm going to. I want some chicken too. All the chicken in the world? Chicken is worse is a stupid argument. Chicken is the best choice. All of the chicken in the world? No, that's dumb. You know what I mean. I mean, I'd eat fried chicken. All kinds of types of chicken, you know? I ain't gonna judge. It's probably one of my most favorite foods is fried chicken. Lizzie peered over to the grills where the kebabs were being handed out. A growing assortment of kebabs collected in your parents' hands. They're coming over. Don't get jealous of mine when you realize you made the wrong choice, Cove. I didn't make the wrong choice. There isn't a wrong choice. We all make good choices. Same with you, Lizzie, you sighed. We all make good choices. Or there is no wrong. Oh, okay, we all made good choices. It's just what kebab somebody eats. That's not what I said, but okay. The person serving gave your mommy 1 final kebab, then your parents moved over to rejoin you. Between them, there was carrying 6 kebabs, 1 for each of you, including Cove and Mr. Holden. We've got the goods. Cove's daddy is looking for a place we can sit. In the meantime, they began passing on the kebabs to their rightful owners. Lizzie smiled smugly as she received hers. These are pretty big. Be careful not to drop it. Try not to poke yourselves with the ends either. They're sharper than you might think. Hearing that, you tentatively pushed it to the tip of the skewer against your finger. It felt like the point of a newly sharpened pencil. Though it didn't hurt your hand, you wouldn't want it scraping the roof of your mouth or jabbing your tongue. Mommy clucked her tongue. Clucked? Or clicked? Clucked. It would have been nice if the options were a little easier to manage and less messy to eat, especially for smaller kids. There aren't even plates for everyone, so we could set the food down for a second. That's what you get for the price of free, but we can hack it, right? Lizzie nodded her head vigorously, clutching her kebab like a trophy. Hack it? What do you mean? Your parents led you back to the tables. It was mainly evident why Mr. Holden had been sent to scout one out. The benches had quickly filled up as people got their food. Mr. Holden was standing over a corner section near the edge of the sitting area. He beckoned your group over to join him. You clambered onto the bench, taking care not to let your kebab slip from your fingers. Further along the table, Cove perched next to his dad while Lizzie took the space next to you. Your mom passed the final unclean kebab to Mr. Holden.
Thank you.
This looks delicious. Thank you for getting us a space out here. Everyone tucked into their food. You gobbled it up eagerly, only partially obstructed by the awkwardness of eating from a skewer. Running around with the other kids had helped you work up an appetite. Mr. Holden, what do you do?
Well,
I do a lot of things. Do you play golf? Only if you count mini golf. One look at Lizzie's stricken face confirmed that she did not. She could enjoy the occasional round at a mini golf place, especially if she had an audience to impress. But your sister took her passion very seriously. Even then, it's been years since I gave it a shot. Cove groaned at the feeble pun. Mom chuckled. You weren't sure if she was responding to the joke, Cove's annoyance, or Lizzie's offense.
Don't worry about it.
Just as well, she'd be dragging you to the green every week. That's because I got dedication. You need a good drive or two to get far. Mr. Holden nodded, clicking his tongue in appreciation. Cove looked from his father to your sister, lost in the conversation. Outclassed in golf and wit. I don't get it. More golf stuff. You should give real golf a try. Maybe I'll even teach you some tricks. Don't try to change my dad to be more like you. Missy gave Cove a dirty look at the accusation. Mommy felt the need to move the topic ahead before it got heated.
Nice.
That's really sweet of you, but I'm sure Mr. Holden's busy. He might not have time for another hobby. Yeah, I don't think I'm made for that. Still, the offer is appreciated.
Why?
Then tell me something you really do already. You just go away every day. I like scuba diving, though with the business, that's more work than play these days. Surfing and reading, snorkeling. Okay, I got the surfing right at least. Those are things Cove likes. Well, it's a good thing you live by the beach, she said. Does Cove like those things? I just know Cove likes the beach. Well, is it? Mr. Holden exaggerated popped out his chest. What can I say? My boy's got good taste. He takes after his dad in that way. The sun had been setting when you got your food, and by the time you'd finished, night had truly fallen. Your sticky fingers were the only remaining evidence of your meal. The kebab had been a great combination, more than the sum of its parts. The seasoning of freedom to choose every ingredient yourself was what made it something to remember. Rising from the table, Mommy held up her water bottle. Okay, now that the food is gone, you've got to wash your hands.
Okay.
Machiko, Lizzie, please hold them out. Lizzie complied, coming over and cupping her hands together in front of her. Mommy splashed some water over her fingers and Lizzie rubbed them together, working off any residue. Here! Mom passed her paper towel from her purse and Lizzie used it to dry it off her hands. Your turn, Michiko. You readily held your hands out to catch water. Gradually you lift your hands up. You didn't move. I don't need to. What the fuck? No, I'm gonna do it. Copying Lizzie, you washed your hands, taking care to clean every crevice between your fingers before wiping them dry. Nearby, Cove has taken his own course of action, wiping his hands on his pants and leaving a stain where his fingers had been. Mr. Holden shook his head.
Come on.
Let's clean that off, pal. He scrubbed at the fabric with his scrunched up napkin. Dad, it's not that bad. When everyone was cleaned up, or as clean as it could be with the limited facilities, Mom spoke up.
Let's go.
Let's go make one last check at the coolers and restock on drinks before the fireworks show. I totally forgot there was a fireworks show. I was ready to hop out. No time, we have to get a good spot. Everywhere's gonna be taken. How about I go ahead and save space again? You can meet up with me in the field after getting drinks. Then I'm going with Cove's dad. I'll find the perfect place.
Okay.
Sure thing, I could use an extra pair of eyes. Mommy shook her head ruefully at Lizzie's even more enthusiastic than usual attitude.
That's fine.
Alright, me, Cliff, and Lizzie can go find a place. Who's Cliff? I was gonna say who's Cliff, but then I realized that's probably his name. Mr. Holden? Hayden? Holden? Pam, Cove, and Michiko, do you want to go get the drinks? Okay. You nodded? Okay, I'll get all the stuff you need. No, I wanted to help pick a spot. I don't want to get drinks, so consider your options. You nodded. As Mommy, Lizzie, and Mr. Holden headed off into the wide open field where the fireworks were being set up, you joined Cove and Mom and turned into the cooler where you pick up drinks earlier. Even as you approached, you suspected you wouldn't find much in it. Where it had originally been stocked to the brim, it was now half empty. The ice, which had cushioned the drinks had kept them cool, was largely melted, and only a handful of pieces floating like tiny icebergs. Slim pickings. The drinks that remained looked to be bottles of plain water, but you caught a glimpse of something more colorful in amongst them. Mom rummaged around the cooler, excavating a couple of juice boxes from the bottom of the process.
Aha.
Michiko, Cove, you can take one of those if you want. The perks of helping. You took a juice box for yourself. You took only water bottles. You took a juice box to share and a water bottle for yourself. I want that juice box. But I have been spoiled with soda and heavy kebabs full of meat, so I'll take the juice box to share and drink water. Cove hesitated but decided to take a juice box for himself. When you were each loaded up with the chosen drink, plus an extra bottle or two for someone else in the group, Mom's phone started to ring. She juggled the water bottles over into the crook of her arm and looked at the collar. It's Mommy. Hold tight while I get this.
How are you?
Hey, hon, how's it going? Did you find our perfect spot already? She nodded along to the call, punctuated by ahas, as Mommy gave her directions. Catching her eye, she gestured towards the grassy area. We've got a place. Come on, we better hurry before the show starts. You and Cove jogged after your mom, who led you through the field, and the separate groups of people assembled there, back to the rest of your families.
Hello.
We're here, and we come bearing drinks, though there wasn't much left. The three of you handed over the spare drinks. You held up the extra juice box. I brought this for someone.
How sweet.
You're so thoughtful, Michiko. You're welcome, Mom. Do you want it? As much as I want it? Despite Mommy replying pretty expectantly, there was just one person who made a claim to the sweet drink. Can I have it? Okay.
Thank you.
I love you, Michiko. Aw, okay, it's worth it. It's worth it. Lizzie loves me. Aw, you two are a real pair. Despite her bullying me sometimes, well, she doesn't bully me, but like, not letting me have my imagination sometimes, I still love her, I guess. Once everyone had been equipped with a beverage for the big event, you sat on the grass to your family and waited for the magic to begin. Most people in the park had taken a seat now, with a few stragglers silhouetted back at the tables in the distance. A few rambunctious kids were still dashing about, but their numbers were steadily decreasing as their parents called them over and restored order. Someone bearing a cardboard box weaved between the groups, pausing every so often. He nudged Lizzie and pointed. What are they doing? It looks like they're handing something out. I can't make out what it is. Is it sparklers?
What a pickle.
I hope it's not drinks. Mommy chuckled, but Lizzie and Cove are now watching the bestower of mystery goods keenly. Are they gonna come to us too? Mom softly put her hands on top of your sister's shoulders, as if she feared Lizzie might bolt over to the stranger. Lizzie didn't even glance at her, eyes locked at on the potential prize. I don't know.
In that case,
Well, had to wait and see. You were intrigued? Didn't care. I was intrigued. It's probably sparklers. Studying the man with the box closely, gradually meandered nearer. You could make out that he was handing out small items to most of the groups he had stopped at. They seemed too short to be water bottles, but beyond that, it remained a mystery. Then the box man made his way to your group. Evening, I'm handing out dessert. Dessert! Any takers? There's dessert? Lizzie squealed, hopping up off the ground. The man chuckled. Oh my god, I miss those desserts so much. It came with a little wooden spoon. This was the perfect party ice cream. Like, everybody had this during parties. And shit, I kind of want one now. I'm gonna take that as a yes. Ice cream's on the menu. Vanilla flavor with a twist of either chocolate or strawberry syrup.
nice.
None of them for me though, thanks. Same, but the offer is appreciated. I want chocolate. Can I have strawberry? Oh, and a strawberry for me too, please. Now you were going to have to make a decision. Chocolate or strawberry? I love strawberry. Pulled on your mom's shirt and whispered you wanted strawberry. You pulled on your mom's shirt and whispered you wanted chocolate. You didn't want either. You were lactose intolerant. Technically, I am as an adult. I am lactose intolerant, but does that stop me? No. Because it's a stranger, I feel like I would be like, hey, Ma, I want strawberry.
Oh,
And a third strawberry for this one here. Reaching into the box, the man brought out, even to this day, when someone asks me what I want and Tyler or someone like a friend or family member is there and I'm too shy, I'll be literally like, hey, can you please tell me what? I still do that as an adult. So, reaching into the box, the man brought out the requested ice creams and tossed them out. It came packaged in a little plastic cup, complete with a wooden spoon stuck to the paper lid. Ugh, I missed those ice creams so much. The condensation wet your fingers in a pleasant way.
thank you.
Kids, are you going to thank the nice man too? There was a chorus of thanks. He cordially nodded and walked off to another group. The man couldn't spend much time with each group, considering how many he had to get to. You peeled back the tab that covered the ice cream and got right into your unexpected treat. It tasted amazing. Lizzie was definitely enjoying hers. Cove was too. Lizzie munched away happily, but it ultimately didn't succeed in monopolizing her attention. Eyes wide, she looked at her mommy and put on her pants. I didn't get strawberry. Can I have some of yours, please? Oh, you that girl?
Of course.
Lizzie cooed with excitement as Mommy presented her with a dollop of ice cream with a syrup mixture. Licking her lips, Lizzie lapped it up. Mommy, come on now. Lizzie has all the ice cream she needs. She simply laughed and pinched Lizzie's cheek, then dug her spoon in again and held it out to you. I just can't resist. Chicken, would you like some of mine? She's already got that flavor. But that's not the same as getting a little extra from your mommy. You accept the bite, passed on the bite. I'm not gonna reject my mom's offer. You accept it. You ate the treat being offered, but offered much to mom's chagrin and mommy's delight. I mean, she's offering ice cream. Why would I say no? Cove watched the exchange silently with a blank expression. Mom, on the other hand, shook her head, a fond smile on her face. Well, you better at least give me some too. You could have gotten your own if you wanted ice cream.
What?
The kids have ice cream already, and they're getting some of yours to boot, and I have nothing. Now is when you decide to be firm. Laughing, Mommy Mommy fed some ice cream to your sulking mom. She could never actually follow through with being tough.
There.
All better now? Yes. How about you, Cliff? Would you like some? No, I'm still okay, but thanks for keeping me in mind. Cove, it's only fair that you get the choice too. Cove shook his head firmly, concentrating on his own cup. Mommy smiled. Okay, as long as no one else is feeling left out. Oh, she's so kind, man. Mommy was always so nice to everyone. Ooh, fireworks! Then the first firework cut through the sky, whistling as it ascended until it hits the crescendo with an explosion. The part flashed as if a light. Sorry. Okay. Squealing, Lizzie leapt to her feet, her forgotten ice cream tumbling to the ground as the firework crackled in tiny drops of glitter in the sky. It's starting! Everyone else looked up to the sky as another firework whizzed through the air. With each explosion, Lizzie would jump into the air. The event was thrilling. It was impossible to tear your eyes away from the scene. The loud noises hurt your ears. You covered them with your hands. It was kind of neat. You shrunk back, hugging your knees to your chest. It was impossible to tear your eyes away from the scene. Cove sat by his dad, captivated by the by the sky sparkles and flashes overhead. Mr. Holden watched the fireworks scene impassively. He did smile at you and even gave a thumbs up when he noticed you looking over. Mommy hopped up to her feet, pulling Mom with her, pushing her into joining Lizzie and jumping in the tandem with every crack of the firework. Mommy then bent down to offer you a hand up too. You decided to quietly watch from the ground. You got up to join your family. Begging for Cove to join. Yeah, Cove, come on! Cove ignored your invite, choosing to stay outside your circle. You brushed his rebuff off easily, washed away by the way your mom's face lit up. And literally and metaphorically as you approached. The four of you shrieked and leapt along with the sparkles in the sky, now trying to continue joy experiencing the sights together. Their fireworks continued, some twisting like the coil of a spring as they arched into the air, others shooting straight from the ground and shattering into a million tiny specks. Every color got its spotlight in the show, from fiery red to eerie greens and blues that could rival the ocean. You eventually noticed that at some point Mr. Holden had let Cove perch atop his shoulders, or more likely Cove had to be persuaded to give it a try. Still, Cove's face was covered with a wide smile that matched his father's own. You imagine the view from way up there was pretty impressive. It was also nice that they were getting along for once. The show built up to a grand finale that boomed over the park and filled every inch of the sky, the twinkling lights representing the full spectrum of the rainbow. As the final glittering embers dissolved into the night, you released a deep breath. The after image was still burned on your retinas, leaping up behind your eyelids with every blink. Within a minute, the image had been lost, but it was burned deeper still in your mind. You've been so focused on the show that your foot had gone numb beneath you, and it was only when you attempted to stand that you felt the tingling sensation of blood rushing back to your toes. Cove was on the ground again, your eyes locked momentarily, then you turned back to your family. The news that Cove and his dad would be coming with you to the once-a-year event hadn't been great. Wait, what? The news that Cove and his dad would be coming with you to the once-a-year event hadn't been great. You could admit now that it hadn't been as bad as you feared, but it would take far more than not actively ruining one event for you to consider Cove a friend. Wait, what? What happened? What happened to us? Though the sun had gone down long ago, the air on your bare arms was warm. You took in your giddy family, their spirits buoyed by the firework displayed and smiled. This had been a pretty special night. Did something happen to my girl and him that I wasn't aware of? Did we have a fight? Because I clearly do not remember that. But anyway, this is where we're going to end today's episode off. Holy shit, almost 30 minutes of the barbecue DLC. The next one is Runaway. I'm assuming Cove is running away because your girl is not going to be running away. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today's episode. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.